I'm gonna be glad this is the last time I have to do this. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jerry. If you're new here, I'm all about DIY practical projects, and whenever I find something that might be helpful for other people, I turn it into a video. In today's electric jack video, I am going to be replacing my old manual trailer jack with this new OUTFITR's 5,000 pound electric trailer jack. Let's get at it and see how this goes. If you're tired of cranking your trailer by hand, especially on a sloped driveway like mine, or have some shoulder pain like I do, this review will walk you through the install, wiring, and real-world performance so you can see if this upgrade is worth it. Let's get this unboxed and get after it. So let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. Got a little box. Looks like we have a rain cover, some instructions. Go ahead and lay this thing down. Okay, looks like we have the emergency handle here. Lovely sound. And there she is. Use some mounting hardware right here. Set that over there. All right, get all the squeaky stuff out of the way. Well, there we have it. It's a nice looking jack. It's got a nice LED on the front. It's got nice big heavy duty wiring. And this removable footer that also has an extension on it that goes down an extra few inches. A while back, I reviewed the Young high-capacity e-bike rack, and I absolutely loved it. Since OUTFITR is their sister company, I was really curious to see if this electric trailer jack would deliver the same kind of quality and overall experience. Out of the box, you get the jack assembly, the 4.5 inch drop leg with the 5 inch base, the bolts and washers, manual, waterproof cover, and emergency crank. One thing that really sets this jack apart is the patented mechanical braking system paired with the ball screw drive. Most electric trailer jacks use a traditional threaded rod, which is slower and creates more friction, but this ball screw design reduces resistance and makes the jack about 1.5 times faster than standard jacks. I really appreciate about how OUTFITR upgraded this internal components. They use things like pure red copper instead of brass, and I put anti-oxidation grease on the switch contact so it won't seize up after sitting outside for a long period of time. Plus, they drastically reduced the complexity with the 3 connector module design instead of the original 11 connection points. Since this is a boat trailer, I don't have an onboard auxiliary battery to tie it into, so I'm going to power the jack using my vehicle's 7-way connector. I'm also using a new 7-way connector and some 3/8 wire loom to keep the wiring protected. These jacks can draw up to 30 amps, so it's important to connect to the auxiliary power wire coming from the vehicle's factory harness. That circuit is already fused at 30 amps, which is exactly what we need. You definitely don't want to hook these up to your trailer light wires. Those are a much lower amp circuit, and you could overload them immediately. Since my trailer wasn't originally set up for an A-frame jack, I'm installing this conversion bracket first. It's a simple bolt-on kit that makes the OUTFITR jack compatible with my setup. I'll link the one I'm using below if you want to check it out later. Just a quick view of all the parts and pieces we need to get this install started. For removing the old manual jack is just a 9/16 inch impact driver and socket, so that should just be easy to zip right off there. But first, before we do anything more, we got to get this tongue supported, so let me get out my stacked trailer pads. You'll see that here in a moment. I'm gonna be glad this is the last time I have to do this. Let's get this wobbly thing off of here. All right, off she comes. I had to find just the right spot to mount the A-frame to side mount conversion bracket so it wouldn't get in the way when I'm loading the boat, and so it wouldn't interfere with the trailer's crank handle. Now that that bracket's in place, I can drop the OUTFITR jack right in, rotate it to the angle I want, and secure it using the 3 nuts and bolts. Ideally, I would have it just like that, straight, but I think I want to buy myself a little bit more room, plus the mounting holes aren't as universal as I thought, so I'm going to have to at least have it about like that. So I think that's the way we're going to go for now. If I decide to change my mind later, I will. Let's get that installed. Ugga. Alright, for the manual jack, it just simply goes, get this camera up here, right in this spot right here. So this just comes off like that, and then that just goes in there, connects, and then you can go ahead and rotate it and jack it up and down manually. Next, wiring the jack is actually pretty simple. The red wire goes to the positive and the black wire goes to the ground. I did realize I needed longer 12 gauge wire for my setup, so for now I'm using some temporary leads just to test everything out. Now it's time to plug it in and see if it works. Let's go ahead and test this light out. Yeah. But that's the up. The up goes down. I wonder. That seems backwards to me, but okay. Let's get that foot on there. Okay, I think that's about its max, about where I had it before. Check this out. Fully extended, this jack reaches 31.5 inches. For my sloped driveway, that's exactly what I need. You get 9 inches when it's fully retracted, 18 inches of powered travel, and the drop leg adds another 4.5 inches. Altogether, that's how you get that full 31.5 inches. Alright, I'm going to start this and hit that. Let's test the speed. OUTFITR claims a full lift speed in 30 seconds. This jack is supposed to extend from 9 inches to 27 inches in approximately 30 seconds with the push of a button. Let's see how this goes. I don't know about this 30 seconds. We're at 21. But I tell you, sure a lot better than me manually doing it. Definitely not 30 seconds. A little over 1 minute and 4 seconds. Still not bad. It's pretty quiet. That is a whole lot better than me manually cranking that jack and hurting my shoulder. So I am super stoked about this. It's gonna really improve my boating experience overall. And here's the noise level. Honestly, it's quieter than I expected. The Outfitter electric trailer jack operates much quieter than traditional electric jacks thanks to its advanced ball screw design. I read customer reviews that consistently highlights this so much quieter than the original models. That sure makes it a lot more pleasant to use, especially without disturbing my neighbors. The overall noise level never went 25 dB over the ambient sound level. All right, we're going to test the temperature here and see how this goes. I think the temperature actually went down, so definitely not heating up anywhere. Be okay at nighttime too. I'll come out and do a nighttime test, see how this light works. But I think I'm good for today until I get some more 12 gauge wire for this and be able to wrap it up nice and put it in wire loom and stuff like that and make it look professional. And other than that, I think we're in really good shape here. For rolling it around in the garage, once I finally want to store it for the winter or something, I went ahead and put this detachable wheel on there, replaced that detachable extension. This should work perfect. It's exactly what I need. The jack is also IP58 waterproof and comes with this waterproof cover, which is a big deal because my boat lives outside most of the year in the Pacific Northwest weather. These LED lights are super bright. This is really helpful for nighttime hookups and disconnects. Points right down to the receiver area too. So it's very nice, even though it's angled a little bit on my boat. Kind of goes off that way. It still has a broad spectrum and lights up the whole back of the car here. So it's really nice. I picked up a couple of heavy-duty RV leveling stands so that I have a firmer base for the foot to sit on. Here's how I mounted the 7-way connector and cleaned up the extra wire. I used a boat ladder clip I got off of Amazon with some self-tapping screws, and then I added this cover over the 7-way and wrapped the excess wire around the jack mount. And again, I'll place a link in the description for all of these parts and pieces that I've used in this project, if you want to check them out for yourself. Overall, I'm really happy with this new Outfitter electric trailer jack. It's going to make my boating days a lot easier without having to manually crank this thing up and down every single time I want to go use it. I didn't quite make the 30-second duration of runtime for the travel. It still was a lot faster than a lot of the electric trailer jacks out there, and a whole lot quieter than I thought it was going to be as well. And that 31.5-inch total lift is perfect for my sloped driveway. The build quality feels premium, everything operates smoothly, and it's been solid so far. Overall, if I had to nitpick at all, I really wish it would have made that 30-second, up and down time that it claims that it would be, but it's not a game changer for me. And if I had to nitpick a little bit, I wish the wire was a little bit longer so that it would extend all the way out to my vehicle without me having to extend it. But honestly, the wire that this comes with is plenty long enough if you're just having a utility trailer or a travel trailer with an auxiliary battery, so that should be just fine for this setup. If you want to check out this Outfitter electric trailer jack, there's a link in my description that also gives you a $15 discount if you want to use that link if you're interested in trying this out for your own setup. Thanks for watching. If you like this type of content, please hit the like button and maybe subscribe, and we'll see you on the next DIY adventure. Other than that, have a blessed day.